Everything you've heard about this movie is a bunch of bullshit. This bullshit. The Invitation is a new horror movie that was really advertised as basically a Ready or Not ripoff. And while I think that that was possibly the worst way to market this film and is definitely a contributing factor to this, this is a whole separate issue. First of all, this movie is horror light. It's heavy on vibes, gothic atmosphere, and romance. This movie should have been marketed towards my fanfiction girlies, anybody who loves vampire romance, even the fucking Bridgerton crowd. If you liked Crimson Peak, True Blood, or read any kind of vampire romance ongoing series, you would probably enjoy this movie. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. I think the twist was very obvious and should have been revealed much earlier on, which would have allowed it to be bloodier, which I think would have made it more fun. I also wish they'd done the ending differently, but I can talk about that later. What really works about this movie is that the leads have great chemistry, and it works very well as like a romance for the first 45 minutes. Here's my big problem with this. There are only 36 reviews for this film. Also, in case it isn't obvious, the vast majority of those 36 reviews were written by male critics. When you compare these stats with other recent horror films with similar stats and budget, it's really ridiculous that The Invitation has so few reviews. I'm not talking about comparing these films in terms of quality. I'm talking about the fact that they have similar budgets, they have similar reach, and the amount of people, the amount of critics reviewing these films is vastly different. The Invitation was not one of my favorite films of the year. I don't think it's breaking new ground, but I think it's a solidly enjoyable film that just is meant to appeal to a majority female audience. It was written and directed by women. All of the side plots revolve around female friendship and female social interactions, especially as it pertains to like social status. And I think because of that, a lot of the humor and subtext is lost on a majority male audience. What's baffling to me is that this film was so obvious about the fact that it was a gothic romance. Evie, the main character at one point, is wearing an Outlander shirt. Not surprised critics and audiences that went in expecting a straight horror film were disappointed, but this is just ridiculous. This film is basically Dracula fanfiction, and if that sounds appealing to you, please go see it.